Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm here with JJ from Jaycation, who also has a travel YouTube channel that I'll link down below. And we actually met at VidCon back in June, and we both have a travel channel, so we bonded over that. And so today we're going to talk about travel vlogging and ask each other some questions that hopefully will be useful to any of you guys that have a travel YouTube channel or want to start one.
What has your experiences been with traveling and vlogging?
Well, I definitely think it's a great experience to be able to travel and vlog, but I always try and make sure that I'm actually enjoying the moment rather than just making it so much about the video and so much about the photos, because I feel like if you focus too much on that, then it's taking away from the experience. Do you feel like that's true too?
Yeah, I mean, like when you get your final video done for, like, let's say for Budapest, for me when I went to Budapest, you're only getting 10 minutes of footage on camera or on your video. So like for me, like I think 10 minutes, I don't need to be filming all day. I can film here and there because I want my video to be as good as possible for you, the viewers, but you know, I'll put it down and enjoy and just experience everything with my own two eyes.
Yeah, how do you, if you are traveling with friends and family, how do you balance that and also not annoy them?
You just gotta be really respectful to your friends and family. Some people don't want to be on camera, some people don't mind. So like once you get a feel for that, you keep people out of frame or you keep them in frame. But for the most part, you know, my channel is called Jaycation, so I try to keep myself in it as much as possible. But it's also good to have like guys like my dad. My dad loves being on my vlog, so like I love showing him and seeing his reactions to other places. How about you? Yeah,
well I try, well some family members don't want to be on camera so much, so I try not to show them. But I feel like I try and not slow them down in their vacation. You know, I don't want to make it so much about my video that they're not enjoying. So I kind of, sometimes it's like a little discreet filming, and sometimes I'm just trying to show them cool places, but we're all having a good time together rather than it just being about the video.
Yeah, and like one of the most important parts of that is just just ask them before you start shooting. Like if they want to be in the frame, then just adjust it. So yeah, we're really respectful of that, and I'm sure you are too. Next thing is like B-roll. Like when you're filming B-roll, how do you go about your B-roll?
How do I set up the shot?
How do you set up your shots?
So I actually film on my iPhone still, but I want to get a new camera soon. But I just put it up on a tripod, or I have a little cheap stabilizer and I'll hold it, and I just try and see what's a cool shot. I like doing the what's called the time-lapse.
Time-lapses, yeah.
I like that. I think that definitely adds some flair to the video. What about you?
I'm actually starting to get really into hyperlapses. There's a hyperlapse app that you guys can get and just practice with it, but that's what I've been starting to use for my B-roll, and it just looks really cool. Makes it like a really like movement-based time-lapse basically.
That sounds cool.
So that's what I've been into, but I also like doing the regular time-lapse, so I'm only like patient enough to do like 1 to 5 minute time-lapses.
Yeah.
So you won't see me doing the Casey Neistat like whole sunset, you know. How about you? Are you like patient with your time lapses?
I'm patient. I just, since I film on my phone, I don't have that much room, so I'm always kind of trying to be conscious of how much space I have. Like before every trip, I try and clear as much space on my phone as I can. But it's so hard to be organized with your footage. Have you noticed that, especially on your computer too? Yeah,
it's a little hard to get it together, but like that's stuff you worry about when you're not on.
Well, when you're not traveling.
While you're not traveling. Yeah. So like, when you get home and you have like all this time on your hands, like that's when you like separate all your footage, and you kind of keep like a little memory bank of what stuff you filmed and what you didn't film.
What equipment do you use?
I use quite a bit. I use the G7X mainly. The G7X is just so portable and it flips up. You guys know that mine is broken, but it works. Like the screen's broken, but it works. And then I use this Canon T6i that we're shooting on right now with a Rode Mic Go. And it's a pretty basic camera. I'd like to have like more of a 70D, a Canon 70D eventually, 80D, but someday I need to make some money. I use a GoPro for more water activities and just when I know like there's gonna be some action going on. I have a drone. I have a Phantom 3 4K. Looking to sell it at the moment and get the Mavic, because the Mavic is just so much more portable for us travelers. So
I want to get a drone, but first you gotta get the finances in order. But I don't know how you, one, fly it without crashing, and two, how do you figure out the regulations for the drone?
Well, it's a little different here in America. When I got home back in June, I found out that there's FCC licensings that you have to get now to fly it. But if you're like in a park and in a private area, like I'm sure you'll be fine. You just got to make sure there's no people and you're flying it safely. Watch out for like phone lines and whatnot up top. And you know, you just gotta. It's just like everything else. It's just like riding a bike.
Practice makes perfect.
Just be careful. I also use my iPhone 6 Plus when I'm on the go. Like let's say I'm working out and I don't have a camera on me, and I see something that's worth vlogging about, then I'll take my camera out and start vlogging on that. So it's just a mix of everything, just so that you know, like you just always have a camera, because there's always going to be a time where you want to just capture it, whether it's on your phone or not.
Actually, I've liked using the iPhone up to this point because it's really convenient. The quality is actually good. You can shoot up to HD. I could even do 1440 or whatever the top is. And also, you can be kind of discreet with it, which I like, because sometimes I'm filming people I don't really want to ask, and it's just easier. And then also traveling, it's less stuff to carry. I don't have to be as careful about it getting stolen. So there are definitely benefits to it, but I am ready to go to the next level soon.
Yeah, and just like she said, you don't really need to have like the best equipment. You just really need to show your viewers like what they want to see. They want to see you traveling the world and showing them places, and like you don't really need to have the best equipment all the time, but
start with what you have and then go from there. So when you're preparing for your trip, what do you do?
When I'm preparing for my trip, just like
filming wise,
like any other YouTuber, I will go on YouTube and look at other travel videos and see like what's really cool to see in these cities. And you don't necessarily copy it, but you get kind of an inspiration, and you kind of get like a vision of where you want to do your own video in that particular city. So like I'll sit down, I'll watch people like off the top of my mind, guys like Louis, the Vaga brothers, Hey Nadine, and when I watch their stuff and they go to a certain city I'm about to go to, it kind of inspires me in the same time to like go out there, not do the exact same thing they're doing. If I end up being in the same place they are, like great, but like if not, like it's unique. We're all unique and we all have different experiences, and the reason why you guys are watching these videos is because you want to have your own ideas for your own adventures. So like if everybody was exactly the same, that would be boring.
I totally agree. I do a lot of preparation when I'm planning out my videos. I'll do a lot of research online to see cool spots. I really like hidden gems, so I'll do a lot of searching for the hidden gems in each place. And then I'll do an itinerary with the places that I want to go to. I always do a customized map too, because I want to make sure all the locations are close enough to each other that I can go to all of them.
And get there, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I only have a day to shoot and I can't go all around the city and get all those spots. So I kind of think proximity wise too, to see how much I can actually film. And then I always built in time for just lollygagging, just strolling around, because you know that things are going to go wrong, and you also are just going to want to do spontaneous stuff along the way too.
Sometimes you meet some friends while traveling and you want to sit down and have a beer. When you come up with information in certain cities, I watched a few of your videos. So like, for example, like you went to Vegas, right? And you were doing hidden gems in Vegas. Like, how do you prepare for this? Do you have like your notebook, like when you're on the road? What do you do? I
have a folder with a customized map that I made, the schedule, the itinerary, and I have a script, but not so much what I'm actually going to say, but just more like bullet points of what I want to talk about, just so that it's easier. And I really have it planned down to like the minute or hour, but I know that that's not necessary. It's just how I like to do it. But I just feel like being more organized and knowing where I'm in a park and how I'm gonna get on the bus or whatever makes it so much easier when I'm there, just because I want to shoot so many things and I don't have a lot of time always.
Nice. And see, that's great. She comes prepared when she goes to these certain landmarks and certain places, and she'll know what to say when she's in front of the camera. Like for me, like as you guys can tell, sometimes I do a bad job with that. But
I feel like it's a balance though, because I kind of want to be more spontaneous too, and I feel like sometimes I plan these videos and it takes so much time that I wish I could just go and say, okay, well I'm just gonna explore and see what happens. So I think I want to do more of that too, but I think it's a balance.
I like learning as I go along. Like if I go to Budapest and I learn about a certain place like Parliament or something like that, and I learn a certain fun fact, then I'll relay it onto the vlog, and that's kind of the way I process things.
One thing I also wanted to ask you about is when you're traveling, how do you find the safer neighborhoods when you're exploring? Because sometimes I'll find a really cool spot that I want to go to, and then it'll be in a sketchy neighborhood. Or one time, actually it was in San Diego, that I had a cool place that I wanted to go to, and then I went and I felt very unsafe, and I just was like, okay, this is the wrong part of town. So how do you do that research?
Well, when I did the research, first of all, when you're staying in that city, you want to stay somewhere safe. That's my number one thing. Like, I want to stay somewhere nice and comfortable and safe. So I mainly stay in hostels when I'm traveling by myself. So let's take Budapest, since we're like on the Budapest train right now, for example. I'll go on Hostel World, and like nothing below a 9, I will not book. Like,
really?
From 9 to 10, I will. That's all I will go for.
Wow,
I
I go for the cheapest option, but I do read every review, especially from the female solo travelers, and I'll read if they felt uncomfortable or unsafe, then I won't book it.
Yeah, and like for me, like 90% almost assures me, like 90% along with more than like 500, 600 reviews of a hostel, like it kind of almost assures you your safety and what to expect in these places. And like when I went to Budapest, I found like the newest and cleanest hostel, and I made so many good friends because it also like provides you a community of people, community of travelers that you can meet and become friends with.
Yeah, I feel like hostels are so cool because it's a great way if you're solo to meet new friends, and you're not really solo when you get there because there's so many people, they want to go out to dinner or whatever, so it's a great way to meet new people, and I agree safety is important there too.
And you know, when you're talking about like you want to visit shady neighborhoods or whatnot and like falling into that,
yeah.
Well, if you're a little like questionable about these certain places, like I would go there during the day and go there with people. That way that like it's broad daylight, you know, it'd be harder for something bad to happen to you. At night, it's tough. There's a lot of bad people out there, so you really got to watch yourself. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, you always got to keep guard of yourself. So
yeah, there's a couple websites too that you can search that you can see different neighborhoods, and it has like red or yellow or green depending on people's experiences there, so that could be a good thing to look at too.
One thing I wanted to talk about with my camera is like at night for the most part, I'll take my T6i down and put it in my backpack and make sure it's safe, or I'll even leave it back in my hostel because this thing is just like red light. Like, there's even people looking right now, so it's like a red light. Like, people see, it's like, hey, you have like a nice camera with fur on top of it with this microphone, and yeah, so I just don't use this at night, and I switch to the G7X or even just use my iPhone. Just it's a lot safer, and
that makes sense. What about when you're in the day and you're setting it up in, say, a crowd of people? Do you ever feel like, how can you watch it when you're filming to make sure no one's stealing it?
Like, let's say you're doing a time lapse and you're in like a very important part, like in Milan. I remember this. We were in front of the cathedral in Milan, and I wanted to do a time lapse, and I had this exact camera we're filming on right now out in the middle of a crowd of people. Well, I didn't stay like within like more than 2 feet from it, so like I kept my foot on the strap to make sure that nobody would run and grab it, but then I would also take out my other camera and start vlogging, because it doesn't matter with a time lapse, like you're not going to hear audio anyways, so like I'll vlog behind that and get this done at the same time. Don't ever leave your stuff unattended, guys. Like, it doesn't matter how safe people say places are, like there's always bad people that will take your stuff. Like, I got a comment today on my Budapest video, and this guy is like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so much safer here in Eastern Europe than it is where you live. I'm guessing he was thinking about Barcelona. And yeah, it might be true, but like, you always got to have your guard up. Like, I'd be saying the same thing about being in Budapest than I would be saying here in San Diego. Like, you always got to have your guard up.
Yeah, any city, you got to watch your stuff. I always try and, when I'm filming, I always try and look at my bag too. I mean, not staring at it, but I can just see it in the distance, so that I will know if someone's about to steal it.
And how about for you, like when it comes to travel vlogging around people? And
what do you mean?
And tons of people, like a public crowd, and like, let's say you're in front of the Duomo in Florence, and like you want to vlog it, and there's a bunch of people, and then they're like staring at you.
Oh, do I get nervous, or
you get nervous, or you just how do you block it out?
I don't get nervous. The only issue is really just the audio. I probably just need better microphone, but I don't want them to get picked up on my audio. But I'm always just conscious of where other people are, and I try not to get distracted, because it can be distracting when someone's walking over and saying, what are you doing? What are you filming? It's like, hey, I'm kind of busy. So I try and just block them out as best I can. What about you?
For me, like, yeah, I just try to incorporate them, actually. Like, I try to incorporate them into the video and like include them, and then
That's
if they
a
want
good move. I should try that.
Like, hey, what's up? Hi, how you doing? Like, we're all here having a positive, good time, and I want to purvey that to you, the audience, because that's exactly what I'm trying to have in real life. So like, when somebody wants to wave behind my camera and I notice them, I'll turn around and say hi, and if they want to talk, they can talk.
That works.
Also, well, actually, I have a suggestion for you.
Sure.
So like, I have a suggestion for you and for people that are using their iPhones. If you guys want to just use your iPhones and continue using it, I suggest you get an Oyo clip, which kind of has makes your screen wider.
Oh.
Now, the quality is not as good. The picture quality is not as good, but you get a wider vlogging perspective. And on top of that, like, it just gives you much more vision for having such a small camera.
Are those the little clip-ons that you put on the phone?
Those little clip-ons that you put on the lenses, and they're really cool. And you can get it for like 60 to 80 bucks. It's really not that.
I mean, I got a couple lenses for my iPhone that were like $3. They're not great quality, but there's a fisheye one, and I haven't really used it because it just doesn't look great. But there are a lot of budget stuff too.
You can totally get those widescreen ones, which is like, this is a widescreen lens, guys. This is a 10 by 18 millimeter, and you can also do that with your iPhone. I know people try to do videos on their iPhone, and they're like, whoa, I'm so close. And like, that would cure the whole problem.
Yeah, I use, as far as the closeness, I also can use my selfie stick, so that I feel really stupid with the selfie stick, and so many people stare, but I'm like, you know what, whatever, it's working, and so that helps with the closeness issue, or I'll just hold it out as far as I can.
And I use my Joby Gorilla Pod, so that's the same thing as having a selfie stick. And when it comes to sound and audio, I know you were mentioning that your audio is kind of messed up right now with your phone. I suggest there's actually a camera microphone made by Rode. It's like 60 bucks. It's a really small camera, and it also comes with a wind mic, and
that's good.
That really improves the quality of your audio. I tried it out at VidCon, and like, once I have a little more money, I'll go out and buy that
especially for us traveling everywhere, we're outdoors so much that there's wind, and that, you know, it's much different when you're inside in a quiet space versus out in the wild. So when you're traveling, do you upload and post while you're in the location, or do you wait after?
I've done a mix of it. When I was in Madrid, I actually did the whole videotaping and then filming it. I did the whole filming and then editing at night, and it worked out great, but I didn't feel like I was having as much fun and like living in the moment there. So like, honestly guys, like 80-90% of my stuff, I'll videotape it and then a few weeks later put it out there and edit it, because then that way I can get you guys a better quality product, and also like learn more information that I can actually possibly cut into the video.
I do that too, and I'm behind right now, so there's going to be a lot of good travel content coming, but soon I'll be on the ball with it. But I feel like I don't want to spend so much time filming and editing while I'm there that it takes away half the day. So I mean, it takes me several hours to edit each video, so I'd rather just enjoy the moment when I'm there, film as much as I possibly can, and then when I get home, upload and edit.
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. You got to do it with how it suits your schedule and it suits your lifestyle. And like, I know you guys need to like grind, and we both know we need to grind to make our channels grow and progress, and that's what we're gonna do. But we have to do it like in a healthy and a
fun way,
happy, fun way. Because like, why would we be doing this if we're not having fun?
How do you organize and back up your footage when you get home from traveling?
I actually try to upload my footage after every day. Even while I'm on the road on my laptop, just so that I have it already, and then I just won't delete my memory stick, so that I know that I have 2 copies, and if one fails, I still have the other. And then once I edit that particular video, I'll delete my memory stick, and then I'll always keep on my external hard drive the stock footage. But if that stock footage were to get lost, at least I have already cut the video.
Yeah, I have an external hard drive that I move the footage to, and then I also, when I remember, I back that up again, so I have 2 different hard drives. But I needed to get better about organizing it, because sometimes I forget to delete the old stuff, and it just takes up so much space on my computer, and I gotta figure all that out.
Yeah, that's what I've fallen into problems like that, and I use the Lacy Thunderbolt, and I have 4 terabytes on that. I think it's about around 3.12 gigs right now, last I checked. So, or not 3.12 terabytes last I checked, sorry. So that's almost full. So I'm gonna have to figure a way to find another hard drive and throw it on there, but that's basically how we do that. My last question would be, what are your goals in the next year for your channel and for your travel? What are your goals for the next year for your channel and travel?
Well, so I actually recently left a full-time position, so now I'm freelance as of a couple weeks. So I really want to travel so much more than I had been. So I have a lot of travel content coming that I haven't edited yet, so that will be coming in the next couple weeks. And then I'd love to do another international destination. Just got back from Europe, hopefully within the next couple months. That would be awesome. And then for the channel growth, I would love to get more subscribers, more views and comments, and I really just want to engage with everyone and get to know you guys better and meet more people. I love the aspect of the community on YouTube already, especially with the travel vloggers. So I appreciate all your guys' support, and I hope that we can continue to grow and talk to each other.
Just click that subscribe button and hit her notification button so that you can get up-to-date videos from Jamie and from me, from Jaycation.
Yes, you guys, all my subscribers, definitely subscribe to him as well.
You guys could actually comment below and ask us questions, and we'll be happy to reply to you as soon as we get the chance to. I know we're real busy, but we always try to, reply to our viewers.
We'd love to. I check my comments probably every other day or so.
Yeah,
so.
Same here. And yeah, whether it's on her video or on my video, just let us know.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was useful to you if you're starting a channel or already have one. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also JJ's channel, and I'll link it down below. And comment below if you have any questions. Both of us will answer them, and we love to get to know you guys better. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.